Hello, welcome to Wheel of Wisdom. And now let me show you guys the Wheel of Wisdom. So, so happy to be doing this after a while. Okay, so this is our Wheel of Wisdom. And as you can see, this wheel contains the name of 50 plus books that I have read over the past 10 years of my life. Some of the best ones. I have included that on this wheel. And now we're going to spin the wheel. But before that, I invite you to take a moment and ask yourself, what do I need guidance on today? So, whatever appeared for you, it is a question, it is something regarding a specific problem, a specific desire, whatever it is, hold that in your heart, in your awareness as we spin this wheel so that the universe can send you the right guidance and support. So, let's see what is the book that the universe is going to choose for us. Okay, this book is kind of a message in itself. So, the name of the book is Start Where You Are by Pema Chodron. So, yeah, that's, you know, where we can start from, right? We need to start from where we are. We are always running forward to the future, trying to grasp more and more of it, trying to control more and more of it. So, give me a moment as I open this beautiful book and then we will play a game. So, the full name is Start Where You Are, A Guide to Compassionate Living. And this is the author. So, yeah, this is our book. And now, give me a moment to choose some numbers for our game. Mhm. So, my dear one, before I share the number, let me share how we play this game, right? For those who are new. So I'm going to ask you guys to pick a number in a moment. And when I do so, just see what is the first number that pops up for you. Share that in the comments. I will go through all the numbers in the comments and pick one that my intuition feels most called to. Okay? So let's get started. I invite you to pick a number between 12 to 129. Here you go. Ah, okay. Oh, it's lovely. And 12 number of people joined this live. Oh, love the coincidence. Ah, thank you, Caitlin, for choosing a number. Thank you, V. And welcome back. Hmm. Okay, anyone else who feels called to choose a number? I will pick a number randomly so it doesn't matter whose number is here in the space. Hi, Jyoti, and thank you so much for sharing a number. Hmm. Okay, so seems like everyone who wanted to share a number has done so. So let me see which number am I feeling most called to? Hmm. Oh, okay, it was quick. So the number that I'm feeling most called to is 29, and the number has been chosen by Caitlin. Oh, yay, Caitlin. So let's see what wants to come through from page number 29 for Caitlin. and anyone else who also needs to hear it. Okay. So the the highlighted part on this page is, maybe you have heard that the Buddha is not out there, the Buddha is within. The Buddha within is bad and good coexisting, evil and purity coexisting. The Buddha within is not just all the nice stuff. The Buddha within is messy as well as clean. The Buddha within is really sordid as well as wholesome, yucky, smelly, repulsive, as well as the opposite. They coexist. This view is not easy to grasp, but it's helpful to hear. At the everyday kitchen sink level, it simply means that as you see things in yourself that you think are terrible and not worthy, maybe you could reflect that that's Buddha. You're proud of yourself because you just had a good meditation, or because you're having such saintly thoughts. That's Buddha too. When we get into Tongling practice, you will see just how interesting this logic is. Mm, In meditation practice, we struggle a lot with trying to get rid of certain things while other things come to the front. In order for the world to speak for itself, we first have to see how hard we struggle. And then we could begin to open our heart and minds to that fact. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, I guess, Caitlin, the message from the universe for you is to embrace both the good sides and the bad sides of you, like the parts of you that you love, that you're proud of, that other people love, and the parts of you that uh, you criticize yourself for, that you judge yourself for, that you don't like so much, that maybe other people don't like so much. So embracing both parts and seeing both, not trying to, push any of it away, or not trying to, you know, uh, mm, be too judgmental about any of it, but more of seeing, both of it as an opportunity to, uh, like if this image is coming up for me, especially for the parts that you don't like, of this, lotus in a mud, like seeing those parts as an opportunity to cultivate something, a version of you that you want more of, you want to embody more of, like using that when you're criticizing yourself, using, that opportunity to cultivate a more compassionate self. When you're more understanding, you are more of a kind coach rather than, a critical one. And using that opportunity to learn different kind of skills, or to practice different kind of skills, to build, this kind of uncertainty tolerance, to learn to sit with your difficult feelings, to build all these different kind of skills that would make you more and more equipped to handle any difficult situation that happens in the future, more with more grace, with more feeling more like in, not in control, but feeling more like, okay, I can handle this, having trust in yourself and your ability. kind of that. So yeah, that is what came up for me, from that reading. Caitlin says, loved it. Ah, I'm glad that it resonated with you, Caitlin. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate your feedbacks, because they help me trust my own inner wisdom, my own intuition more and more as well. Okay, so let's move on to the second book, shall we? Hmm. Okay, give me a second. Yeah. So again, bring to your mind anything you need guidance on as we spin the wheel and the universe chooses a book for us. Okay. This is kind of my favorite book. Ah, okay, no, I think it's similar to my favorite book. Okay. So, the name of the book, our second book for today is Peace is Every Step, The Path of Mindfulness in Everyday Life by Thich Nhat Hanh. Ah, love that because, there was one part that I didn't, said out loud that popped in my head from our first reading, which was like, like seeing both the good and the bad in that same neutral, that equanimity kind of awareness, like that awareness to not judges, the unpleasant and the pleasant. It just observes. And that's what, it's like, the Buddha is in the good and the bad. The Buddha is, pure and evil, like considering both sides. So our awareness can hold any of these aspects of ourselves, whether it is good or bad, and it is neutral. It is not affected by any of it. So yeah, that's also what I wanted to share. You know, so when the term mindfulness came up, I was like, okay, I needed to, let that out in the space as well. Okay, we have a comment by Caitlin as well. And thank you, Keisha, for sharing a number. I think okay. Yeah, we covered the first book, but you're welcome to share another number for our second book, which just came up, which was Peace is Every Step. I'm going to ask for the numbers in a moment. First, let me read Caitlin's comment. Caitlin says, what you shared at the very end about being able to handle anything. I received another message about that. Oh, okay. And shared with friends. You have the ability to cope with anything, one small step at a time. Ah, love that. Oh, I love the resonance. And such a beautiful message, such a beautiful, kind, empowering message to repeat to ourselves, this mantra to repeat to ourselves, kind of like, imagine if we just woke up every day, look into the mirror, into our eyes, and we said this to ourselves, it would feel so much better than getting lost in the flow and the busyness of the day, or just letting all the negative thoughts overpower our mind. So thank you, Caitlin, for sharing this in the space with all of us so that we can practice it. Thank you so much. Okay, now coming to our second book, which is Peace is Every Step. Give me a second to open the book. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it is my favorite book. So the author Thich Nhat Hanh has like two books with a similar title: "Peace is Every Step" and "Peace is Every Breath." So I got confused. But this is not too much pressure, but this is kind of the book that I think is my most favorite, or the one that changed my life or my perspective in a way. So yeah, "Peace is Every Step." This is our beautiful book. And now we are going to play a game, and for that, give me a moment to choose some numbers for us. Okay. Uh-huh. Mhm. Done. So, my dear ones, in a moment from now, I'm going to ask you guys to pick a number. So, just pick a number that pops up first in your head. No need to rush. I will choose a number randomly. So once a number comes up, share in the comments. I will read all your comments and pick a number that my intuition feels called to randomly, okay? So I invite you guys to pick a number between 18 to 141. Here you go. And Keisha, let me know if you want me to consider your previous number or do you have a new number. So you can like type it again or type a new number, whatever you feel called to. Oh, okay. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, V. And welcome, Amy. Okay, I didn't notice that Amy and V chose the same number, that too continuously. Ah, I love this. Okay, so for the first time the magic happened with number 12, and now we got the double number of it. Okay, interesting. The universe is definitely, our guides are definitely here guiding us. Amy says, and there are 24. Oh, okay. Ah, oh, lovely. Thank you, Amy, for bringing that to our attention. Love it, love it. Thank you for, all this magic in this space. I love it. Thank you, Keisha. Yeah, you guys can, share other numbers as well because sometimes it has happened that, we got a double number and then we got a double number again. So let it flow and maybe we will get two numbers or maybe we'll get one. Let's see. So yeah, anyone else who feels called to share a number? Mhm. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. I love this space. Okay, so seems like everyone who wanted to share a number has done so. Thank you, April, for sharing a number. So, thank you, everyone, for connecting with your intuition and sharing the number that popped up for you. Um, but let's go with page number 24 since it popped up for two people and we also have 24 number of people. So let's see what is the message that really, really, really wants to reach us. Okay, so opening page number 24 and reading the highlighted text from that. Okay, so the message is thinking less. So, like, that is the heading, thinking less. Oh, we all could use this. We all can use this, right? Okay, so I'm reading it now. uh, of course, thinking is important, but quite a lot of our thinking is useless. It is as if in our head, each of us has a cassette tape that is always running day and night. We think of this and we think of that, and it is difficult to stop. With a cassette, we can just press the stop button. But with our thinking, we do not have any button. We may think and worry so much that we cannot sleep. If we go to the doctor for some sleeping pills or tranquilizers, these may make the situation worse because we do not really rest during that kind of sleep. And if we continue using these drugs, we may become addicted. We continue to live tensely and we may have nightmares. So, according to the method of conscious breathing, when we breathe in and out, we stop thinking because saying in and out is not thinking. In and out are only words to help us concentrate on our breathing. If we keep breathing in and out this way for a few minutes, we become quite refreshed, we recover ourselves, and we can encounter the beautiful things around us in the present moment. The past is gone, the future is not yet here. If we do not go back to ourselves in the present moment, we cannot be in touch with life. So, so when I was reading this, two resources popped up in my head in addition to this process that the author talked about, which is called conscious breathing, which is simply becoming aware of our breath. So when we are breathing in, we know we are breathing in. Like we can feel the air moving in through our nose, and when we breathe out, we can feel that warm air coming out of our nose, or wherever else you feel breath the most, in your chest, on your belly, in your belly. So wherever. And in addition to that, because a lot of times our mind distracts us with a lot of stories and chit chat, so we use the terms in or breathing in or inhale, whatever word you want to use. In and out is pretty simple. So when we are breathing in, we say to ourselves in. So, like our 20% of our attention is on the word, but 80% is on the felt sense of breathing. And the same when we breathe out, we say out. So we are focused, our focus increases, our mind also settles down. It is focused on the two words, breathing in and out. And it is also helpful when we are going to sleep because if you struggle with a lot of thoughts that prevents you from going to sleep, then this might be a very good practice to settle your brain and also settle your body eventually so that you can drift off to sleep. And if you do really, really struggle with overthinking, or if you have difficulty falling asleep, I do have two resources for you in addition to this. You can try each of them and see which one works best for you. So, okay, give me a moment. Mm, yeah. So the first one is this. If you do struggle with a lot of overthinking, then I have like a surprising method, a pretty ironical method, but yeah, you know, it really, really works. This was, when I was doing this, I accidentally like discovered it when I was meditating, and I didn't know like, there is like a practice like other people have also done. So it was like pretty exciting for me, and it really helped me find that peace of mind. And it would maybe the first time for some people to ever experience peace of mind when you try this practice. So maybe give it a try. It is like a very short practice. So yeah, if you struggle with overthinking, you can check it out. And if you struggle with falling asleep, then I have been like creating some, I have been sharing different kind of therapy tools, especially based in CBT, CBTI, especially for insomnia. So yes, I've been like, so this one also is kind of very, I don't know, paradoxical, ironical method to fall asleep. So like recently, my brother was really, really struggling with falling asleep. So I recommended him like three different tools to try. And yeah, and they worked out. So I thought, like, let me share it with you guys as well. So I created three of them. Two are already live, and the next one would be on Sunday. So yeah, if you struggle with falling asleep, you can save this and you can listen to it later on. And the other method was, let me see. Mhm. So they are also very helpful. So the other one that I'm going to share is also very helpful if you struggle with a lot of thoughts, a lot of like thinking before you're falling asleep. So it would be like a fun task not task, but a fun game to play before you fall asleep. So, yeah, these are the two resources that I wanted to share that popped up for me for this reading. So, yeah, let me know, Amy and V, and anyone else also, if our second reading resonated with you regarding conscious breathing and thinking less. And if not, then that's okay too. You can share that as well. Okay. So until, maybe they are typing, let us move on to our third reading. So if you have something that you need guidance on, you can bring that to your mind, so think about what it is that you would like to receive some guidance, some support regarding. So holding that in your mind, in your awareness, as we spin the wheel. Okay, a lot of like guidance, interconnected guidance. So the third book that we got is The Art of Thinking by The Art of Thinking Clearly by Rolf Dobelli. I think this is either the first time or maybe the second or third time this book came up. Like I didn't think I opened this book a lot. V says, yes, timely message for me. Thank you. I'm glad, V, that, this message arrived in your life at the right time. I'm happy to hear that. Uh, and I hope it turns out to be useful for you. Okay, so opening the book. Yeah, I think it is the first time I opened this book here and on this in this space. I have had this book, I don't know, for quite a few months. Interesting. So, the book is The Art of Thinking Clearly. I was actually thinking of guiding a practice regarding this theme today, but I postponed it to tomorrow. So I was thinking of sharing a technique from CBT, which is a therapy approach, to help you with your thoughts. So maybe it is like a confirmation that I should go ahead with it definitely tomorrow. Okay, so choosing some numbers for our game. Okay. Uh, Keisha says yes. Oh, I'm glad that you like that idea, Keisha. Then I would look forward to have you tomorrow. It is a pretty famous technique from CBD, so I'm sure that you would find it helpful. At least I did. Okay, so my dear ones, for this book, our third book, I invite you guys to pick a number between 17 to 270. There you go. Thank you, V, for sharing a number. Thank you, Trace, and welcome. Okay, we got like 32 people, and Trace shared 132. And we got 632 hearts. Ah, I don't know what is happening with numbers today, but I love it. Okay. Anyone else who feels called to share a number? Ah, Hmm. Yes, Amy, exactly. 32 people in the room. And is that your number two, Amy? Or do you want to go for a different number? Okay, okay, sure. Thank you, Keisha. Mhm. Okay, seems like anyone who wanted to share a number has done so. Ah, okay. Then let's go with 132, which is Trace's number also. So let's go with 132, which is Amy and Trace's number. Let's see what is on page number 132 for Amy, Trace, and anyone else who need to hear that. Hmm, Okay, give me a second to find the starting of this. So uh, the heading of this chapter is why you are either the solution or the problem. And the author is going to explain omission bias in this. So we have like different biases when we think, when we, make sense of anything, So we have our own biases. So there is something called as omission biases. Oh, trace like the heading of the chapter, the name of the chapter. And it is interesting. Okay, so the author says you are on a glacier with two climbers. The first slips and falls into a crevice. He might survive if you call for help, but you don't, and he perishes. The second climber you actively push into the ravine, and he dies shortly after. Which weighs more heavily on your on your okay, I'm not able to pronounce this. Uh, mm, okay, I don't know if I certainly am not able to. Conscience. Yeah, I think you get it. I don't know what happened. Okay. Again. Uh, okay. So again, you are on a glacier with two climbers. Keisha says consciousness. No, it's like this moral thing. I know this word, but I'm not able to pronounce it. It's like, okay, let me type it. Yeah, why am I? Uh, it happens. That's okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Trace. Thank you, Beatrice. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to repeat it again. Sorry for whatever happened here. So again, you are on a glacier with two climbers. The first slips and falls into a crevice. He might survive if you call for help, but you don't, and he perishes. So this is the first climber that you were with on a glacier. The second climber you actively push into the ravine and he dies shortly after. So, which weighs more heavily on your conscience? Considering the options rationally, it's obvious that both are equally reprehensible, resulting as they do in death for your companions. And yet, something makes us rate the first option, the passive option, as less horrible. This feeling is called omission bias. It crops up where both action and inaction leads to cruel consequences. In such cases, we tend to prefer inaction. Its results seem more anodyne. So basically, we are going to, if we do something and if we don't do something, we are going to, and both leads to a negative consequence, a bad consequence, then we are going to think that, okay, what we did, and that lead to a negative consequence is more bad compared to when we didn't acted and that led to a bad consequence. So we, do that, and that is, omission bias. uh mm, and there is the opposite of this bias, which is called the action bias. The action bias causes us to offset a lack of clarity with futile hyperactivity and comes into play when a situation is fuzzy, muddy, or contradictory. So sometimes it happens that, we have a lot and we are feeling stuck and we are feeling confused and we are feeling overwhelmed in general. And we keep on doing something, doing something, doing something, like we keep ourselves busy, and it is not, you know it is not intentional. What we are doing is not intentional. We are just doing it to keep ourselves busy. We are just, involved in hyperactivity, more and more and more action, but it is not leading us to where we want to go. It is not towards a certain direction, and that is also wasteful. That is also waste of our time, our energy. But we think because we are moving, we think that, okay, it's okay, at least I'm doing something, but it is not useful, it is not productive, it is not helpful towards whatever it is that you want to do. So maybe recognizing that if you are engaged in that pattern right now, if you're engaged in this particular bias, which is called action bias, or maybe you might be engaged in omission bias, where um yeah, so it happens in the situations. um yeah, so it happens when we are like, should I do something, should I not do something, should I do something, should I not do something, and we think that not doing something is still okay than doing something and that leading to a bad consequence. This sometimes might also be playing out when like someone gets hurt in public, and there is this something called as, bystander effect. Basic bystander effect, basically meaning that if something happens in public and there are a lot of other people also, then we are going to think that we are less likely to help in public if there are a lot of people, lot of other people as well, because because of many different reasons, but it's like a lack of a diffusion of responsibility. We think that someone else will help, someone else will help, so it also happens sometimes if we do a group project or something like that, and we think that, okay, this person will handle something more, like there is like a less sense of responsibility in those kind of situations, and we think that inaction is okay, so it kind of reminds me of that for some reason. So I just wanted to share it. But yeah, so it said that action is more noticeable than inaction, and that is the omission bias here. That we think that inaction is okay, but action and that leading to a negative consequence is not, or okay, so sometimes it plays out like as procrastination. We think that it's okay if I do not put in my 100%. It's okay if I don't do that. Because if I don't put in efforts and then I fail, it would be okay, because then it would mean that, okay, I just didn't put my 100%. And if I would have, then I could have, succeeded. But but if I do act, if I do put in my 100%, or my best, and then I feel, then it would be a proof that I'm not capable. Then it would be a proof that you know, that I can't do this. So it would act as a proof in some way, and that action and that leading to a bad consequence is even worse. So let me go towards inaction. So let me choose inaction over action. So yeah, that might be also, what or how it might be playing out in your life. And if it is, in this case that I shared, in this example that I shared, um, instead of fearing that you might prove to yourself that you can't do this, you don't have the capability, you are not smart enough, you are not intelligent enough, you are not whatever, you are somehow not good enough. You might prove that if you act and it didn't happen. Then instead of that, you might, what might be more helpful is that you can maybe look into the past for evidences that okay, you are capable, you have done things that you thought you couldn't at the start but you did them, that you are not a failure. There have been things in which you have succeeded. So you gather some evidence that helps you build some trust in yourself, and then you take the next step. Instead of freezing in inaction, you slightly move a little, and then a little, and then a little, and then a little. So that might be more helpful compared to being stuck in inaction and fearing that that might lead to a bad consequence as well. Sorry, acting might lead to a bad consequence. So yeah, that is what came up for me. And that is like a good way to come back to the title, which is that if you are not part of a solution, maybe you are part of the problem. So the solution in this case is taking that action, maybe in a small way, maybe after doing some inner work, mindset work, then taking an action, just taking the action, being part of the solution instead of staying stuck, instead of staying where you are in a way, like not doing anything about it. Maybe that might be a wise action, but that is what you come, you know, across after reflecting, after deciding what would be most effective. You're part of the solution, and if that solution is not acting, then that's okay. It's not bad to not act, but coming to a solution, moving towards something, that's important. So yeah, that's what came up for me from this reading. I spoke a lot, it feels like. Okay, so let me take a sip of water and then I will read the comments. And thank you, Keisha, for sharing the pronunciation. Conscience. Conscience. Okay, yeah, exactly. I don't know why I forgot how to pronounce it, but I so appreciate your help. Thank you. You're so kind. Okay. So Trace says the empathy called stronger for me, number one, noticing that without judging myself. It's a metaphor too. I read it as if we cannot put aside our ego and pride and ask for help. Stubbornness can lead to our downfall. That is an interesting take. Thank you, Trace, for like sharing what came up for me, for you. Thank you for sharing what came up for you. And I love it when we do a reading and different things pops up for us. Like we receive different messages, different reminders, different reassurance, different kind of things from the same few words. It's so interesting. It's so lovely how we receive what we need to. So thank you, Trace, for sharing that. Um, and and yeah, and Amy, let me know as well. Is there any message that came up for you? Did you resonated with the reading? Did you not? If you feel called to share that, you can do so as well. If not, then that's okay. You can simply listen. Ghost says, once again, how are you all? We are doing good, Ghost. We had a few hiccups here and there, but yeah, now we're good. Thank you for asking. How are you? How are you doing today? Kisha says, English is hard. I forget words all the time. Thank you for that compassionate, validating response. Yeah, it's sometimes, yeah, it is. So, yeah, that happens. Thank you, Keisha. Appreciate you here. Okay. Hmm. So I'm thinking, should we do one more book or should we wrap the live? Let's see, what is the time? We are almost at the time. Okay, let's wrap the live for today. And I have another live tomorrow. I'm thinking of doing the lives continuously for this week at least. I want to give it a try. And if it works out, I might, go live every day, so that this can become like a ritual for you, like a part of your routine, because I know a lot of you guys, join us in the morning, which I so appreciate. So, yeah, so I want to I want to give it a try. I want to give uh try doing live every day of this week and see what happens from there. So, yes, I would love to, see you guys day after tomorrow. And if you are new here, I do want to say a few things. But let me first read Keisha's comment. Keisha says, it made me realize that part of my procrastination is the fear of failure. And if I don't put 100%, then I really can't say I failed if it fails. Exactly, our mind works in kind of yeah, we say seems complicated. Exactly, it's it is complicated. It works in so many, I don't know, mysterious ways. Okay, seems complete. Okay. But yeah, what Keisha mentions, it seems like our mind makes all these different kinds of connection and it's always trying to prove something or other, and yeah, all we can do is just give ourselves the opportunity to prove, or to not prove but to show ourselves in a way uh, that we are enough, that we are worthy, that we deserve love, that we deserve, to be happy, that we can be peaceful, all of those different things. And that we can do if we just take a little, one small step at a time, coming back to Caitlin's comment that happened with that, she shared before. So yeah, Keisha, thank you so much for sharing what happens in your mind. It just cleared, it is just, you just put it in such a clear way. And I'm sure many of, other people can also relate to that. And yeah, in fact, that is like, I, I think, yeah, recently I created a lot of tracks regarding fear of failure. So I'm not sure, but let's see, you can listen to them and see if they help shift your mindset. Because okay, let me see. Yeah, so there was this track. So you can save it if you feel called, and yeah, and you can listen to it. I think I released two or three tracks around failure because I was really, having that thought myself. And when I have a thought that is distressful, that is not helpful, I note it down and then I create something for myself and for anyone else who is having, who is thinking in the same way that is not so helpful. So, yeah, if you feel called, you can listen to them. Mm, then there is this one also on failure. Okay, so yeah, we say seems complete. Yeah, I too felt complete. So I was like, okay, let's wrap this up and we can pick up, tomorrow. Thank you for the vote, V, for your, for sharing how you feel. Keisha says English is so hard, even autocorrect messes up. Exactly, right? And we are only human. Ah, thank you, Keisha, for being here. I so appreciate having you here. You brought kindness, you brought laughter, you brought everything into the space today. Love that. Go says yes, I agree with this. 100%. Okay, so now coming to the ones who are here in the space for the very first time, or you have been here before but you never, reached the end of it. Firstly, I want to thank everyone who has stayed till the end. It really means a lot that you guys chose to spend your precious, precious time with me. You chose to listen to me all this while and, share all these wonderful things in the comments. It's lovely to have you. And if you guys, received anything of value from this live today, whether it was, the readings, the comments, or simply the energy, and if you feel called to support my work, support these lives, help me continue doing more and more of these, or to create more and more resources, which I will share in a moment, then you can do so by making a small donation to help me continue doing these. And there is no pressure at all. If you can't, or if don't want to make the donation for any other, any reason, that's also okay. uh, you know you can support me in other ways, like you can simply listen to my content and you can, share it with others if you think that it might help someone. So yeah, that's also another way to support me. uh Ghost says, if I want to live stream, how can I do? If okay, same question. So Ghost, yeah, so you have to be a teacher here. I'm not sure if you are. So you can register as a teacher. You might find the process, in Insight Timer FAQ or something. You can simply search it on internet. Then you have to have some tracks here, and they have to be of a certain rating. Then I think you fill a form. So I did it, I don't know, 2 years ago, or yeah, 2 years ago. So the process might have changed, but yeah, you fill the form and then they approve it, and then you can do the lives. So that's pretty much the like a gist of the process. But you might find more information on Insight Timer, and I love that you want to, be here, do these lives and connect to the lovely people here that are on the platform, because I have absolutely loved doing these lives. It's just, they just fill me with so much energy. They just make me feel so loved. It's just amazing. So, yeah, I wish you all the best, and I hope to be in one of your lives, whenever you get to it, whenever you start doing it. I hope that answers your question. Oh, and thank you, Keisha, for your kind support. Thank you so much. And know that this is going to help me create a lot more resources and to do, this for a lot longer. So thank you so much. And I hope that this kindness that you have sent my way, makes your day as well, like it comes back to you. Ah, like a butterfly is coming to my mind, like, a butterfly moving around you and spreading joy, like bringing magic into your life. So I hope that something miraculous happen in your day that, feels truly, that makes your day feels truly magical. So yeah, that is my wish for you. You're welcome, Ghost. Okay, so now sharing about the resources that I mentioned. So if you are new to the space, I would appreciate if you can like stay for 5 more minutes as I share all the resources that I have created for you. So in case anything resonates with you. And if you are regular and you know what I'm going to say next, and if you want to, say goodbye, then you can do so as well. And if you want to stay, you're more than welcome. So yeah, let me take a sip of water. And now let me share with you the three places where you can find all of my offerings. So, so you can open my profile You can, what happens is, what opens is the home section. So when you scroll down, so just above my group, which is called World of Wisdom, where I also share summaries of the live. So that within like 5 or 10 minutes of the live ending, I share a summary of the live here. So yes, just above it, I don't know like why the, give me a second. Yeah. So just above the group, you will see the playlist section. So I have like 5 playlists in which I've organized all of my content. So the first one is called the free 21-day mindfulness challenge. Then there is this nervous system regulation techniques. Then there is this playlist which contains meditation from these lives. And all the meditations here in this playlist are, are completely free because of the donations that came in. So I kept this whole playlist with 71 meditations, so that free so that anyone can access them. And I also made a game out of it. So you can check it out. Then there is little reminders for you. So just like some of the tracks that I shared with you regarding like failure. So I have like very short talks that are supposed to shift your mindset, that are supposed to cause perspective shifts in a very, you know, for those days when you're feeling low, when you want some reassurance, when you want to feel hopeful or empowered. And then the final one is the therapy tools and techniques playlist. So in this, I am sharing, different techniques from different therapy approaches so that you have all the tools that you need to, move through life a little more smoothly, to, process whatever is happening with you in a more, like feeling like you can, feeling more equipped, having the right support that you need. So, yeah. So, this is like the first place where you can find all of my offerings. You can check them out in your own time if any of the playlists resonated with you. And the second place is the courses section. So I have like 7 courses. I'm not going to go deep, but you can just check them out if you feel called. They are regarding negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, acceptance, finding peace in everyday life, and stuff like that. And the final place where you can find my offerings is the About section. So when you scroll down, here at the bottom, you will see this, and here you will find all of my other offerings. So yeah, you can check them out and see if you find anything that is, that you need right now. So, yeah, those are the 3 places where you will find everything that I have to offer. So, I appreciate you guys staying and listening to me so patiently as I shared all of it that I have created. Ah, I so appreciate you. So, thank you so, so, so much for being here. And I hope that you liked today's live. And I hope to see you again if you did, So feel free to join the next live, which is at the same time tomorrow. And yeah, I'm going to do lives daily. So yeah, you can drop in anytime whenever, you feel like it. Keisha says, you are amazing. Much love and blessings. And so are you, Keisha. Thank you so much for sending love and blessings. And I sent you, a lot of love back and a lot of magic back. Okay. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. May you all be safe. May you all feel loved. May you all have moments today where you laugh from your heart. May you be healthy. Thank you. V says, always enjoy your lives, Anisha. And always love having you here, V. Thank you for joining. Ghost says, manifest love, give love. Love that. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Okay. So bye everyone. See you guys tomorrow. Till then, take care. Have a lovely, amazing day or night.